It's another day. It's actually Sunday, the 26th. And I just want to get on here and yap a little bit because I'm thinking about how to get somewhere in life, to be wealthy, it has to start with the mindset. It has to start with your mind, the way that you think, the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you envision your future. And so many of like the people in my generation, like I honestly I don't know how old these people are because they're just in the comments. So hopefully they're my age and not older. I would pray that they're not older because you know what I'm saying, like you have to get to a certain point where you take your future extremely seriously, but they're saying like why invest, and I'd rather enjoy my money while I'm young. But I'm the type of person that watches like a lot of interviews on YouTube and stuff, right? So I've seen the older people say youth only lasts for a little while. Youth is fleeting. They say you blink and you 40. So by not allowing yourself to think for your future, not allowing yourself to put yourself in your by you not allowing yourself to put your current self in your future self's shoes, you could be missing out on $1 million, 2, a life that you always wanted, and 3, assets that nobody could take away. Just by not putting yourself in a certain state of mind. And it's like it requires a certain level of maturity to be able to say, you know what? I gotta take this serious now. Because when I turn 50, I need to know, okay, in 10 years, I'm gonna have 3.5 mil in my retirement account. And I'm gonna have this income from these REITs over here. I'm gonna have about 6,000 a month coming in from these REITs. So I'm gonna be good. I can keep grinding for these next 10 years. So by the time I do retire, I got about 10K coming from the REITs, and I got about 5 mil in the IRA. You know what I'm saying? Like really thinking about these things on a deeper level, not surface level, on a deeper level. Because I'm watching a Building Wealth Without Borders podcast, and this man, he's a lawyer and he's an investor, and he's obviously a millionaire or a billionaire, but he up there, he got them zeros. And he started talking about the criteria that he looks for when looking to invest in a company. And you know how quick I ran up and I grabbed my journal and I wrote these things down? Let me go grab my list so I can read off to y'all what he said. Mind you, this is a millionaire who has already made the money. You know what I'm saying? He's already made the money from this technique. So he just putting us on. Like we don't have to internalize and utilize the information, but it would be better for us if we did. He already made his millions and he's gonna keep making them whether we listen to it or not. But me, I learned from my elders. This is list 7 things. I titled it When Picking a Stock to Capitalize From. First and foremost is little debt. The company has to have very little debt. Secondly, visionary leadership. So their leaders need to know where they're going and exactly how they're going to get there. A disruptor in their sector or in their specific niche. 100% tech. They have to be changing the world. They have to have a defensible moat and a global footprint. You know what I did? My son's asleep right now, so he, you know what I'm saying, he waking up a cough. You know what I did? I took this list and I put it, I went straight to AI. Start talking. I wasn't even typing. I was talking. I gave him this whole list. I said, give me 5 stocks that specifically align with this list. You know, and I gave it details. I wasn't vague because I don't want a vague answer. I don't want just anything that they can give. Put it in there, start talking to AI. We going back and forth. Then he provided me with the list. And then he showed me where to go look at their balance sheets. Like this, like sitting in this, doing this research, learning from people who have already done it, that is the foundation to reach those millions, to reach those billions, to actually get somewhere. It don't start out with just, you know what I'm saying, making a Roth IRA and that's it. Because where are you learning? Where are you gaining more information? Where are you investing in yourself more than just putting your money in a company? Like it's I know that if you see me on social media, if you see like my short form content, you know that, you know, I talk about Roth IRAs, I talk about investing for the long term, but it's also deeper than that. It's also about investing in here. Constantly refilling and putting things in here and dumping things out and putting more things in. You know, it's also about utilizing the information that the ones that came before us have to give us. And it's important that we only listen to the people who are where we want to be, because we get ourselves lost in watching baddies. Ain't none of them girls where I want to be. I don't even watch baddies. You couldn't pay me $1 million to sit up and watch baddies. But you could pay me $1 million to sit up here and watch Building Wealth Without Borders, Diary of a CEO, School of Hard Knocks, Callum Johnson Show. Like you could pay me 10 mil. I'm gonna watch it all day long, because why? It's feeding me. It's taking me places whereas we may not see it right now, I can visualize where I'm going to be in 20 years. Like, the way that we are utilizing our time is not always benefiting us in the way that we need it to. And I'm not gonna cap, I sit and I scroll, but what are my scrolls? My scrolls are motivational speeches. My scrolls are millionaires talking about how they receive their income. My scrolls are literally looking at videos of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just regular scroll, just like people trying to make you laugh, or just the regular, like, everyday content. Like, what I fill my head with are the things that are going to take me places, and that's what I need us to get on. Now, I can't make you get nowhere, do nothing with your brain. I can't make you watch a certain type of video. I can't make you stop watching a certain type of content. But my goal is to help our generation get to a point where we are setting ourselves up for greatness. Because the thing is, was that 2025? Last year in 2025, I kept on watching these videos and hearing these people talk about a wealth transfer. They kept saying a wealth transfer is coming, a wealth transfer is coming, like a transfer of wealth. And I was like, okay, because even my brain has always been on like wealth, finances, money, all these different things, right? And so I'm like, wealth transfer is coming. And now I can visually see the transfer happening, because it won't be able to stay in the places where it's always been. I'm not, going to speak specifically to have someone think a certain type of way about what I'm saying or what I mean by what I'm saying, so read between the lines. It's not going to be able to stay where it's been. and the places and systems that it's been, once we decide to lock in and learn and invest in our mental real estate, we will now be the new curators of the wealth. So that is the wealth transfer. Transferring from here to here by knowledge, investment, and utilization. So it comes a point to where we have to get serious. We have to get serious. Like, yes, you want to start a business. Yes, you may do DoorDash. Yes, you may, you know what I'm saying, have a little weekend job. Yes, you may do lashes. Yes, you may do nails. Yes, you know what I'm saying, you could do anything. But what are you filling your head with? What is going to make you a millionaire? And not just for the first, not just from 20 to 30, but from 30 to 100. Like, what is going to put you in that position to be able to have it and hold on to it and multiply it? Because when the word says to be fruitful and multiply, every fiber of my being knows that God wasn't just talking about having kids. There's no way. Our Father, our Creator, was only talking about having kids. Because you can be fruitful and multiply your money. You can be fruitful and multiply by means of gaining knowledge and multiplying it by giving it to everyone that you know. Be fruitful and multiply. And wisdom is one of the fruits of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm so passionate about this. I'm so passionate about finances and, like, growth, financial literacy, becoming who you actually know that you are supposed to be. And one of the main reasons why I feel like I'm like this is because ever since I was young, my mama always told me I'm her miracle child. She told me, you are going to be great. She told me, you're going to move out of the country and you're going to bring me with you. She told me, like, that I was going to be this great person. She always put that in my head. She always affirmed these things to me. And as I grew up, that's all I knew myself to be. I knew I was going to be somewhere. I knew I was going to be somebody, but I just did not know where. I did not know where I was headed. I didn't even know if I could go to college. I didn't go to college. I'm not a college girl. I never even really been on a college campus. I don't even think I've ever applied for a college. Like, so I always knew that I am going to make it. I'm going to be somebody. First and foremost because of what my mother told me. Also because of having belief in myself. We have to get to a point where we are so infatuated with who we can be and who we will be that matters more than this instant gratification. That it matters more than looking at the shade room. That it matters more than watching what's in the top 10 on Netflix. Like, we have to lock in. And those of us that lock in now, that take advantage of this age of information that we're in, we will be at the top. But it takes dedication, and it takes, I don't want to say mastery, but it takes, like, truly making these things important. Choosing what your important is. Choosing where you invest your mental real estate. Whew. Ever since I heard, I don't know when I heard that, but somebody was talking about mental real estate. And they're talking about, like, you know, where you invest your thoughts, invest your time. You know, that's all mental real estate. You know what I'm saying? And it's either gonna bring you back income, or it's going to take away from you. And I was like, dang, that's cold. Mental real estate. Like, that's cold. I started using that mug, and I think about that all the time. Where is my mental real estate being implemented? Where am I giving my time? Where am I giving my thoughts? Where am I giving my resources? And where am I back investing into myself? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. I just had to get that out, dude. Because it's like, I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate about this. I don't know where I'm going to be in. Ooh, I'm so glad I found this list. What they say? My investment plan and projections. Dude, when did I make this? I don't have the year on here. Oh, but it said it was starting in 2025, so I believe I made this last year in 2025. This was saying how much I'm going to invest in REITs, how much I'm going to invest in stocks. Whoo. Whoo. This is about to make me cry. Let me get on off of here. I'm going to hit y'all back later. But please think about your future. Please. Please. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. Make your future the most important thing to you. Not that phone, baby. Not that phone. Your future. And see where it's gonna take you. Alright.